What's good, YouTube? All praises to the Most High, Yahuah, and all praises to Yahusha, the one that lived for us, died to his flesh for us, then died on a stake for us, and then was resurrected for us to have the Ruach HaKodesh. Now, you already know what time it is. Know what that was? Me quickening the Ruach HaKodesh. Now, it's been a long time coming. Definitely. If you're new to the channel, pull up, have a seat, and let's have a discussion. Oh yeah, and for those that are subscribed to my channel, I'm so sorry I haven't been just consistently posting, because I've been out here really doing what I'm supposed to do as far as being a servant goes to the Most High, and then also following this path that he has me on. However, I digress. I just want to give y'all some down-to-earth discussion, okay, about the things I've been seeing, the things that I notice out here, and also, put you on your P's and Q's. I'm about to destroy the table argument. Who brings what to the table and all that stuff. And also, I'm about to destroy who is the table. Neither one of us. Not woman nor man is the table. You can think that you are all you want. However, the true, and this is the truth. I'm not giving y'all nothing that I don't understand. Okay? And this is a revelation from the Most High. I'm not even I'm not going through the Bible. I'm not going through the Bible, even though I can go into the Bible. However, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. And, hit the like button. If you know me, you know I got something good to talk about and to say about how I interpret and how I interpret this world and how I interpret the word. And I'm just trying to make it simple for everybody, okay? That's the goal. Make this as simple as possible. And this is why I tell y'all to focus on the Most High. Because everything truly is a distraction. Everything is a distraction away from the Most High, Yahuah. Everything takes you away from worshiping His name. When we murmur or when we complain about the things we see, we are inadvertently exalting the things that we complain about. However, I digress from that as well, because that's another discussion. Let me stick to the topic. Y'all want to know who the table is and why I say this? I'm going to let y'all know the Most High is the table. No woman nor man brings stability on their own without structure. And the structure is the Most High, Yahuah. Okay? We are plates and silverware. We are decorations for the table. We are not the table. Women are not the table. Men are not the table. Get it out your egotistical mind that you are the table. Get it out your egotistical mind that you are more stable than you really are, because you're not. If you're human, if you have a fleshly body, you're not as stable as you think you are. Nobody is. However, I will explain myself. Stability, when you look at the Most High Yahuah, He is stability. That is stability. That is the resource. Not man. Man is not the resource. Now, your behavior, if your behavior aligns with the Most High Yahuah, that actually exalts others to exalt your situation, and vice versa. We are to exalt others, others are to exalt us. We are to exalt the Most High above all. Meaning the righteousness part. Most people don't exalt righteousness. Now, you got some that do, and I've ran into many that do, like to do the right thing, thankfully. I've ran into a lot of people that have decent hearts, genuine hearts. They might be misguided sometimes. Some of them are misguided a lot of times, and that's okay. You can't take it personal. I don't take nothing personal. However, this is my journey with the Most High, and I want to give y'all some insight about our relationship with each other, okay? Because what I notice out here is, and don't get me wrong, I understand it. I don't necessarily agree, but I see a lot of irresponsible spending, a lot of irresponsible habits. I'm going to just say that. More so irresponsible. People just doing things that they really don't need to do. And they do it out of loneliness. And I see loneliness in a lot of people nowadays. Loneliness. Because they lack trust. They don't, and this is the thing, and I say this all the time. You cannot move around here. It takes way too much energy to not trust. You know what it does? It puts you in a survivalist mindset. And as you regress or constrict yourself into survival mode, you're not able to flow with life. You're not able to flow. You're not able to focus on the Most High Creator like you're supposed to. You find things to do to distract yourself or to cope, because I see a lot of cope spending, okay? And it's understandable. I get it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I get it. And a lot of people out here, they put too much stock into being defiant or being disobedient or being nonchalant or not wanting to care about somebody or not wanting to create something stable because they have been let down or hurt or they just happen to make the wrong decisions in who they choose to deal with. And this goes for men and women. It's not it's not particular. However, I can't say one does outweigh the other in poor habits or poor behavior. I can't say that. Y'all decide which ones have that. You know. Now, me personally, my insight is I mainly see it in our women, but I'm also starting to see it majorly in our men as well, but our newer generation of men, not the older generation. Like, they keep their spending habits simple, or those that are like up there in rank, they tend to spend a lot less or a lot less irresponsibly. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I understand it because it's coping. That's what people do, a lot of cope spending. And it's out of loneliness. It's really out of loneliness or wanting to self medicate or wanting to uh, just do things that make them feel better about whatever situation it is that they're going through at the time. And the Most High would not have us be irresponsible. Matter of fact, the Most High will want us to be obedient and structured. But a lot of us, we kind of, I'm include myself in this because I've done it. I've done irresponsible spending. I might not now, but I've done it. And, I can own up to it. I'm just as human as everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like sitting here like trying to play the blame game. The Most High is the table. What does the table provide? Stability. It has four legs. You set your ornaments on the table and decorate the table, right? So you have plates and you have your silverware, and the men are the silverware. We are the ones that cut the meat, and we're the ones that cut the meat. Now, the women are the bowls. They are the ones, the bowls and the plates and the dishes. That's what the women are. Now once you remove or snatch a table from up under the silverware and the plates, you just have a big mess. Plates crash and break. And since women are a lot more emotionally uncontrolled than men are, I would say that's why I would give them the term they are the dishes or the plates, bowls. The men are the silverware. We get dull. Like if we're not sharpened every day, if we're not out here doing what we supposed to do, like putting our metal to the grind, we get dull. We lack luster. And that's kind of what happens when men lose their edge. They lack luster. They don't they're not as exciting as they were when they started off. Just like a knife isn't as sharp as it was before you started using it. you know, you have to you have to sharpen your silverware sometimes. Or you have to you have to do things to keep things upkept. And with bowls, plates and bowls, they carry stuff. Just like y'all carries and women carry things. Which is why I consider them the plates, the bowls, and those types of dishes. Because though they may break sometimes, because sometimes they break, sometimes they don't. It just depends. You got your plastic bowls, you got your glass bowls, uh, stuff that's made out of glass. And if there's no table, which is the Most High Yahuah, He is our table. We are His utensils. We are used for Him to eat His food, which is our exaltation. His food is our exaltation. And so this is a practical way of looking at the table. Okay? Practical. They say what you bring to the table, myself, my all. Well, what does your all consist of? You know, what are you bringing to the Most High when you come to this table? Because the table itself is the Most High. So when you come to the Most High, what do you bring to the Most High outside of your exaltation? Do you bring servitude? Do you bring obedience? Do you bring your exaltation of the Most High? Do you bring good behavior? Do you bring your loyalty? Do you bring your, these are the things that we supposed to look at when considering relationships. That's why I said before, selfish people shouldn't be in relationships, or people that have egos, they shouldn't be in relationships at all. If I had an ego, I wouldn't dare catch my, I would not dare catch myself trying to be in a relationship knowing that I'm being selfish or knowing that I'm going to be selfish. I'm not doing it. I'm not about to waste your time, not about to waste my time. We're not doing it. We're supposed to give everything to the Most High, Yahuah. He's the one that gets ignored the whole time throughout the relationships because 9 times out of 10, our behavior does not glorify the Most High at all. It just doesn't. When you're selfish, you're not glorifying the Most High, you're glorifying yourself. When you're greedy or gluttonous, you're not glorifying the Most High, you're glorifying yourself. When you don't spend no time with Him, when you don't breathe in, when you don't acknowledge the beauty that He has created out here, you're only trying to be satisfied. You're not trying to satisfy the Most High, or nor your husband, nor your wife. Satisfaction is not in that, especially when people walk around considering themselves the table. The table argument shouldn't even be a thing. And the reason being is because no woman nor man is really truly stable. They are empty. The Most High stays the same all the time. The Most High does. Men, where our emotions go up and down, but our stability and all that stuff, it really depends on our loyalty to our duty. And when you can't function, or when a situation, if you can't be what you're supposed to be in a situation, regardless of what the situation is, you lack stability and certainty. I understand this because I did. So I'm not doing, blaming, I'm not blaming women nor men for this. But y'all really got to get out of being selfish. I see it all the time, and it's disturbing. I'm not gonna lie to you. And don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for everything that the Most High has done for me, through me, and He has cultivated and evolved my perception on how to interact with things, which is to pull back and observe. I'm not too quick to make a solid condemning judgment. Now, with actions, yeah, I can condemn actions, poor behavior. Those are the things that I condemn. But the individual themselves, I do not. Never have. And the reason being is because I'm just as guilty as everybody else. I've never been the type to not own up to my own faults or my own shortcomings. I have those, just like everybody else. But my job is to make everybody else aware. Use the Ruach Hakudesh. Breathe. And exalt the Most High, Yahuah. Exalt Yahusha and his behavior. Like, who are we? Like, to call ourselves the table or to call ourselves resourceful. Yeah, we're resourceful only when it's good for us? Or should you be resourceful when it's good for the Most High or your family? Or, when we as human beings lack resolve for our situations, like, for example, I see a lot of married couples getting divorced over the stupidest things. Or I see a lot of violence out here because of a woman not being satisfied, and sometimes even a man not being satisfied, and ultimately ending each other's existence. And it's only because Satan took them over. It's only because they allowed Satan to get in their head and destroy their perception. Because, in all honesty, you're going to need each other. Going to need each other one way or another. I'm going to need somebody. But I'm not afraid to own that. I'm not afraid to own up to the fact that I know I'm going to need a woman. Just like I know a woman gonna need a man. And then You're going to need protection out here, but I need the Most High before I need a woman. Okay, so I need discernment. So once you start breaking it down and understanding where stability comes from the Most High. It does not, like, the Most High has been doing everything for me. I have been doing not one thing, not one, on my own, not one. Somebody helped me. Either somebody helped me, somebody looked out for me, uh, you know, and I've been using the Ruach, of course, and the Ruach has been helping me or leading me or rearranging my situations for it to be fruitful. And that's what has been happening for me and through me. through no works of my own. For me to claim that I've done anything on my own is blasphemy to the Most High, Yahuah, and to Yahusha, because he the one that taught me how to effectively pray. Yahusha, reading the word, has taught me, but going into the Hebrew text and actually learning how to exalt the Most High and learning how to pray and learning how to breathe and learning how to take in the Ruach and exalting the Ruach and exalting Yahusha and exalting the situation around me and blessing those for their patience and, showing love to people that showed me love and being actually genuinely kind to others, even if they aren't kind to me. That doesn't, them not being kind to me is not my business. I have to be kind to them regardless of how they are towards me. And that's just period. Like, that's just me serving the Most High. When you're kind to people that are in iniquity, take that as your service. Don't allow their iniquity to cause you iniquity. Remember, if the Most High allowed it, that means that he gave you a way out. And he did give us a way out. But a lot of times we ignore the way out. Most people ignore the way out. And we're supposed to not jeopardize our relationship with the Most High because we ignored or didn't pay attention to the way out. Because a lot of times we just don't pay attention to the way out. Out of iniquity or out of whatever iniquity or situation that is going on. Because I said to myself, okay, this is the difference between me and others. I have certainty regardless of what's going on around me now. When I say you can depend on me, I'm certain that you can depend on me. If I say I'm going to do something, regardless of what's going on around me or with my situation, I'm going to get it done unless I am incapacitated. That is the only way. But I am like that. I'm like that generally. And generally, I know I'm dependable regardless of what's going on. That's the difference between me and most others. Most others are dependable only when their situation is good. I'm dependable regardless of how bad my situation is or good my situation is for that matter, but only through having certainty in the Most High. I had certainty in the Most High because, like, don't get me wrong, my situations have sometimes had me incapacitated to where I couldn't be dependable. And then that's when, but the Most High showed me He's way more dependable than I am. Who but your Creator can show dependence? I'm dependable. That's what the Most High is looking at, like telling me I'm dependable. You're not dependable unless I create you to be dependable. And then I get it. I learned. I was like, oh, that's the only reason I've ever been dependable is because of what I learned out of the word that made me the way that I am as far as dependability goes. Even when I do fall short, I'm still a dependable individual. And so I say all that to say this: stability, or the table argument, who bring what to the table, or I am the table, and all that dumb stuff. Y'all need to get over yourselves, males. You females and you males. Now, I didn't say men or women because women and men know better. Those that serve the Most High, they know better. Those that don't, males and females, they don't know any better. And so we can't take them personal. We can only pass instruction along. That's it. And peacefully, gracefully. Because I know one thing about even the certain, like that situation that went on with Charlie Kirk. As unpopular as it is, the topic, that topic, I don't even want to hear it no more half the time because I feel like, not even I feel like, but I know for certain that debating is a sin altogether. And all sin leads to, you know, the word. So if you know the word, you know where all sin leads us. And if you read the word, you know that debate is a sin. We were supposed to allow those that are ignorant to stay in their ignorance and leave them alone until they come to us or to ask. If somebody asks for unsolicited advice, which isn't unsolicited at that point, if they ask for it, it's not unsolicited if they ask for the advice. But to just give out unsolicited advice or judgment on particular or certain situations is a no-no. And the reason being is because it can lead to it can lead to hurt feelings because people get their feelings hurt real easy now. And I'm not condoning it. I'm not condoning anything. Like, let's get this clear. I'm not condoning violence. I'm not condoning anything malicious. What I am proposing is that people actually read their word and understand why debating, gossip, and all these things that verbally come from us murmuring, complaining, why these things lead to your erase your being erased from existence. And I'm I'm not saying that I haven't been guilty of these things. However, I have reprimanded myself. I have, well, the Most High has reprimanded me, but I've also preemptively, preemptively reprimanded myself from doing that negative or wicked behavior as far as that goes, because the behavior is wicked altogether, which is why I like, and I used to, and don't get me wrong, debate, oh, I used to love debates. I used to get stimulated by debating. However, truly, when you debate, and now that I see the iniquity that it can lead to, or why it's considered iniquity in the eyes of the Most High, I see it now. I didn't see it at first, but I saw it before this happened. And so, but then I just sit here and watch what happens because the Most High can't protect us in our iniquities like that. Like, He can only do so much in our iniquities. Because he'll allow stuff to happen if we're blind, or if we can't see what we're doing incorrectly. Like if I'm blindly, arguing with people, or doing things that cause discourse or disharmony in community. The Most High is not like the Most High. He can only protect you so much before he just decide, before he say, "Hey, look, stop," and then he'll stop you. Like he'll try to stop you in your tracks, but you gotta listen to him. You can't just which is why you're supposed to read your word. Read Acts through Revelation. Read it. Acts through Revelation. Read it. We not supposed to do a lot of the stuff that we do out here. It's wrong. Like a lot of stuff we do is wrong. But you got people that are high minded and haughty at heart. It's not but it's not worth it. Which is why I just took the low key route. Like, I'm not about to be out here, I'm not about to be out here causing jeopardy and causing harm or arguing or debating. Like, soon as I become aware that it's becoming a debate, I instantly say, "Oh, you know what? You right. You got it." I let them have it. Let people have it. Like let the left, those people that consider themselves lefties, let them have it. Those people that consider themselves on the right wing, let them have it. You're right. It's okay. You're right. You got it. Peace and harmony and the Most High should be your concentration. Exalting the Most High should be your concentration. And you put your emotions into that. You put your emotions into those things. When you put your emotions into debates and put your emotions into things that cause you disharmony or discourse on the inside, the Most High has a hard time blessing you. because he says that if you're not grateful for what you do have, for you will lose even more than what you have already. If you're not, and that's in Matthew, like the end, like, hold on, man, because I got to get my Bible now. I done sit here. I said I wasn't going to do this. Man, you know what? Shame on me. Shame on me. But yeah, my interpretation of the word and Ruach HaSatan, Ruach HaSatan is taking over people. Taking over people and okay, listen to this, y'all. He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. There shall be, then shall righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who have ears to hear, let him hear. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hid in the field, and which when a man hath found, he hideth, and for the joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field. I mean, basically, we cannot put ourselves, as his, if we want to continue to be in iniquities, which debating is an iniquity. It says it in Acts. Disputing is an iniquity. That says that in also in Acts. And also in these other, like, there's a lot of verses that really condemn arguments. And so, like, it's like you can't go out professing the Most High and trying to force it, like, if that makes sense. Yahuah never forced anybody to listen to him. They gathered to him. He didn't go to them. He went, but he also went where he was welcomed. He didn't go where he wasn't welcomed. You don't go where you're not welcome. Matter of fact, he fled from where he was not welcomed. Every time. If y'all pay attention. Like I think one of the only places that he wasn't welcome, which was the synagogue, where he tossed everything over, and then even then he left. He didn't stay. Like, so ask yourselves, when you consider stability or table, do you consider yourself the table? I don't. I consider myself a knife, a fork, or a spoon, depending on which one the Most High want me to be at the time. I am malleable. He will transform me into whatever utensil he need me to transform me into. Seriously. He not about to, like, if I'm his, I'm supposed to be able to feed him. And his resource is my worship. His food is my worship, my exaltation. For a man from his woman, the bow that she carries is her being a helpmate. She carries. Y'all support the food. Y'all feed us so we can go back out and get it. And then we refill y'all. And then y'all fill up the kids. The kids are children. Those are the things that matter to the Most High. All this other stuff that everybody want to do, arguing back and forth. Oh, I'm the table, and being defiant and being disobedient and doing all the stuff no man nor woman should do. And I'm not saying this like I'm holier than thou, because I'm not. I'm not none of that. I'm a servant of the Most High. That's it. That's all I am. Servant of the Most High. That's it. That's all y'all get from me, is I'm a servant of the Most High. I'm a servant of the Most High, and those who inquire are welcome. Those who don't inquire, for what? And I'll let you know I can speak on things, but I tend to generalize purposefully. If I speak on a certain subject, 9 times out of 10, it's still general. Just like the Kirk situation, general. I'm not saying who did it or what did what. I'm only speaking on the aspect of debating all together. It's a sin. Protect yourselves. Stop going into places you're not welcome. Stop doing stuff that you're not like. Let them have it. If they want to be ignorant in their space, let them be. Don't argue with people. It's not worth it. Not worth your life. It's not worth it. Me personally, I'm not about to chase nobody down, trying to argue them down about such and such and such. That's something I used to do when I was younger. But now that I know why, like, I know a vast amount, as far as especially since the Most High taught me how to pray and how to be certain in uncertainty, how to use his stability, and how to become sharp for his table. But also how to make others sharp. Iron sharpens iron. I am nothing without the Most High. and neither is your marriages. Your marriages are nothing without the Most High Yahuah. It's nothing. You know what it is? It's a disgrace to be married and not involve the Most High. I promise you that. It's a disgrace to be in a relationship full of iniquity and not give all glory to the Most High. It's a disgrace to the Most High because He's the one that gives you your wife. And if she is not a woman of the Most High, if you did not discern correctly, she will, like a woman that's not of the Most High. She will wreck your life. I promise you. Is she not serving the Most High at the time? Now, like I said, I don't condemn the individual. I can see behavior change. I know how to do that. But it's all thanks to the Most High. Yahuah changes their behavior. I don't. All I do is change the way I observe and perceive things. And He does the rest. However, this was a very long video. And yeah, I have some good points as far as this table argument goes, and also as far as debating goes and argument goes and all those things. But ask yourselves, what type of decoration do you want to be for the Most High's table? For the Most High, as He is the table. Yahuah is the table. Not man, not woman, not woman, not man. None of us are the table because none of us can offer true security without the behavior of the Most High, Yahuah, nor Yahusha, nor the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. Other than that, you ain't nothing. Neither am I. But I can proudly say that I am nothing. Proudly. I am just a servant of the Most High. I can say that proudly. I am just a servant of humankind. I can say that proudly. I'm not here to self-indulge, as I thought before I got to know Yahuah and Yahusha. I thought that before, not now. And if you liked the video and made it this far, I love you. It's all love, y'all. Look, don't take me personal. You can't take me personal. Don't. Just take this as iron sharpening iron. Okay. Get out and get out your feelings. And if you are in your feelings, give it to the Most High. Use your feelings for the Most High. He the one that makes everything so. And the Ruach HaKodesh, that's the thing that makes everything so. Not man. I serve y'all. I serve man. But I also serve the Most High above all. I serve righteousness above all. Even in my own iniquities, I condemn my iniquities. I don't exalt them like like I'm supposed to be proud of it. I don't. Not at all. But it's all love, y'all. If you Got anything for the comments, questions, concerns? Hit them comments. Like, share the video if you, and even if you don't share the video, hit that like button. You know, it's all love, y'all. And yeah, I miss y'all, and I will be a lot, and I am going to be a lot more consistent now. I'm still getting my setup together though, but I'm a little more stable than I was. Put it that way. However, I digress. Come back and see me again, y'all. It's all love.